The Manuscript of Survival, Part 387. January 16, 2014. As you have perhaps already noticed, this continuous ebb and flow of energies has laid bare so much land within you all that has hitherto been left barren, but now, the time to till, sow, and plow this land has come, and the crops from all of this arable land will soon come to fruition. As usual, we speak in riddles at times, but let us try to explain just what we mean by these words that we have already given you. You see, mankind has in many ways been living in a bubble, suspended in a vast sea of energy, but as this bubble has been very much contained within itself, not much of any outside influence has been able to penetrate within this little globe populated by a vast array of humanity. And so, you have in many ways been left out of all that has happened around you while you have been whiling away the time in your little bubble of disharmony. For as you are well aware of, the disturbances that you have endured during the time of your evolution, has in many ways been isolated events. That is, they have been going on within this same bubble, unaffected by what has been there, on the outside of this thin membrane at all times. For what has been there, has been everything you could dream of and more, and even if mankind has yet to see the full scope of it, it has been there at all times, even as you have gazed into the unknown and seen nothing more than stars glittering on the firmament. And so, you have kept plodding on, unaware that there is so much more out there, ready to make your acquaintance in all sorts of ways. And as you plodded forwards, you started to veer of the path in such a way, it started to threaten your whole existence. And so, a decision was made, that this bubble must now be burst in order to let in the fresh air and indeed light that will help mankind the better to find its way forwards, and in a way that would be of enormous benefit, not only to you, but to all of creation. And so the decision was made, and the volunteers came in to start to make apertures in this veil, this membrane, that isolated mankind from everything else. And you are those volunteers. You are the ones that have taken upon you to pierce through the shell of the seemingly all-enduring wall of denial that has stood between you and the rest of us, and that has stood between you and the real you. And so, that is exactly what you have done, and now, there is no more airtight, or rather light-tight container that can keep mankind down and out of everything else. For now, that old container has been shred to tatters, and the only thing still left of it, is the imprint that is still very much printed on the minds of so many members of mankind. For as we have talked about earlier, even when the prison walls are completely dismantled, it will take some time before all of the former prisoners come to grips with the fact that they are prisoners no more, as their mind is so used to seeing this wall before them, it will continue to think it is there, even when it is not. So therefore we say, it is of the utmost importance that you seek to uncover all of this formerly barren land within you that has been left bare now that the old inhibitors have been taken away. For if you do not seek out this brand new property of yours and take it into possession, it will continue to lie there, barren and devoid of life, instead of being turned into the wondrous paradise of new growth that it has every opportunity to become. And how do you step into this brand new land as its Lord and Creator? Why, by simply allowing yourself to acknowledge the fact that it is there. You see, you have been born with blinkers on, as mankind has been for generation after generation, and as such, you have become accustomed to seeing what is only within your limited line of vision, and everything outside of that has ceased to exist. And when we say line of vision, we refer to everything that lies within the full range of perception, whether that be through the eyes, the ears, the nose, the touch, and indeed each and every way you as a being can perceive what surrounds you. Remember, mankind has had a very limited way of looking at things, and now, as the veil of illusion has lifted, you are all set to start to sense what has been hidden from view forever it seems. And so, you will all need a little prodding in order to let yourself be tossed into that vast new ocean of realities, realities that far surpass anything you have yet to see with your human way of looking at things. For there is so much more to find here, not just between the lines of this message, but between the lines of everything that surrounds you. You have grown accustomed to take in the world by taking everything at its face value, but now, we are once again reminding you to go far, far deeper than that. For underneath the surface is where you will find it all, as underneath the surface is where reality lies. It will seem to be rather murky and unclear at first, for it takes time to readjust your vision in order to see clearly through your brand new set of eyes, for that is what we are talking about here. For you need to remind yourself to see through what you are actually seeing, and see behind these seemingly closed doors, and around the corners that seem to stand in your way. Again, we seem to be talking in riddles, but this is simply an effort to give you all a little shake to make you drop a little bit more of those old pretenses about who and what you truly are. You see, this old and inhibiting mold that you were cast in as you came down to inhabit this human body is a difficult one to liberate oneself from, for it has made such a strong imprint and indeed impression on you all, you have simply forgotten the true magnitude and aptitude of your own brilliant being. And so, you are apt to tread in your own old footprints, even when a brand new road to the future lies there before you, ready to be traveled at high speed. So again we say, cast away your old notions, and step into the true realization of your greatness by laying aside all of those old notions of destitution and disconnection. It runs so deep in you all, and so, it takes quite an effort to wrestle yourself away from this old image of yourself as a mere simple human being within a frail body inhabiting a threatened world full of disaster already in the making. For if you let yourself be stuck within these old frames, you will not become anything else than a faded old print hanging on the wall, still framed within these old confines of humanity. For you must free yourself completely from all of this subordination and subjugation to the old, step out of that frame and truly let yourself float free in these brand new currents of air, like a bird soaring effortlessly above, carried aloft by the very air itself. We know this will sound more than a little challenging to so many of you, for you may feel like a child being wrestled away from her only support while still unsure of her own legs. But do not worry, dear ones, you have the legs to carry you anywhere you would dare to venture, and you have the spirit that will take you as far as you can think and beyond, and you have the love and the support of each and every one of us, standing here, just outside the remnants of that old bubble of yours with open arms, ready to embrace you as you dare to take your first faltering steps outside your own comfort zone. For remember, that is what this is all about, daring to go where no man has gone before, and as such, the challenge is a great one indeed. But it is not more than any one of you will be able to take on with a resounding success, for this is what you came here to do, and we are confident that this is exactly what you will all do. But just like a fledgling bird, perched on the edge of the nest that seems to sit on a dizzying height, the temptation to hold on a little bit more before it takes that plunge into the unknown and untried is a powerful one, so you will all instinctively try to hold yourself back just a little bit more. And that is why we are here, to give you that little push in the back, and be that voice in your ear saying jump. For now, the time has come to do just that, so if you need something to hold on to help you do just that, hold on to the future, not the past, for the past will try to keep you sitting on that same ledge forever. The Constant Companions. Channeled by Asia North. asianorth.wordpress.com